This is Good Morning Delhi with Chris.
Radio 1.
Good morning. How are we doing? And thank you for joining me. This conversation is for the political creature I know you are. Indians just generally, I think, gravitate towards these questions. Why India needs the presidential system. We all know we live in a parliamentary democracy, but Bhanu Dhamija is making a case for the presidential one. Before I talk about why the presidential system and what arguments you made in this book, where has the parliamentary system, in your opinion, failed us?
Well, the failures of the parliamentary system are quite evident. I think all Indians see it on a daily basis. Fundamentally, it has failed us because it concentrates power in few hands, in very few hands, which is why I call India an oligarchy in my book, because as we all know that the political parties in India are fragmented and each political party is run as a fiefdom. And the bosses of those parties really run the show. So it concentrates power in the hands of a few. And that, I think, is the most fundamental failing of our current system.
Okay.
There are many others. One that people really, after they read my book, they really focus on and talk about is how this current system has failed in producing good leaders. India has a system, a parliamentary type system, where the politicians run elections in these small constituencies. So these are small-time local politicians. These are not visionaries. And because we don't have a system of electing them by primaries, they are really deal makers. They are not really leaders. They sit in dark rooms and make deals with the party bosses. And that's how they get the tickets. So people are really not selecting their leaders. Some few party bosses are. And hence, because these are local politicians, they are not visionaries. So India doesn't produce those big visionary leaders. There are rare examples, rare exceptions, I should say, like perhaps Mrs. Gandhi or our current Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. But these are exceptions. This system does not give people a confidence that we will have good leaders for tomorrow. So there are many other
so it's a freak thing, or it's a fluke, or whatever you want to call it.
Right. And those leaders actually, if we analyze both examples that I've just talked about, you could say that they were really not produced by the system. Mrs. Gandhi is a prime example of that. Given her family background. So in our current system, this notion that small-time politicians winning small elections, and we all know how these small elections are,
and then alliances or whatever,
and fought. So they can win them through means that are really corrupt, or they buy votes and things of that nature. So one failing of our current system that I am really concerned about, and I address that in the book a lot, is this failing that we are not producing good leaders.
Okay, well, you made a case for the fact that parliamentary system fails us, but let's find out whether you throw the baby out with the bathwater, or if there's things that we can sort of tweak within the parliamentary system so that you get the good stuff, keep the good stuff, get more good stuff, and generally make everyone happy. But we'll look at the merits of the presidential system when we come back. Bhanu Dhamija, why India needs the presidential system. We have place for all kinds of ideas and theories, and we'll talk about them right here on Good Morning Delhi. Stick around, we're coming back.